Holy. Welcome back, everyone. Modern Dynasty episode 8 is out, so I'll give you my top 10 moments from the episode and break things down. I'll be doing videos for all of the episodes, so be sure to subscribe to catch them all. Let's get things rolling. The episode starts off, and boy, was I wrong. Chloe didn't let Maka and Lai die. She actually said that letting her die this way would be letting her off way too easy. She wants to tell Lai who her mom actually is before she dies. If she wasn't already dying at that point, probably that would give her a heart attack. Actually doing this makes Chloe Lai's Gaomenyanyan, so her savior. This, of course, is going to put her in Lai's best books, and moving forward, who knows, this might put her ahead of some of the competition in the favorite Sunpo conversation. Alright, so this is not a make or break point or anything in the storyline, but this giant hot tub looks absolutely amazing. What a place to talk business. So we haven't really had too much time to focus in on the grandkids, but Judy, apparently she is about to turn 21, and she has a side business that she collaborated with her friends, and it's a nightclub bar type of thing that she takes part in, and she's been staying out to the early morning running this business. So she meets a boy there, and we find out that she went to school in LA. This boy looks like one of those bad boys rocking that leather jacket, got that cool boy band hair. I wonder what he's all about. Alright, so kind of midway through their conversation, this guy orders up a dozen kamikazes, and there's just this cute little interaction. It's kind of like a mini music break segment where he's just watching her make these drinks, and it looks like they're just flirting with their eyes. Is there going to be a budding romance? I do love myself a budding romance. Let's keep watching. And the boy's name is Nick? He said it so quickly, and I couldn't hear the first letter pronounced in that name. Is it Dick or is it Nick? I'm gonna have to keep watching to find out. What the heck? Oh my goodness. This guy, Nick, whatever his name is Sammy's brother. What the? Wow, okay. I did not see that coming. This is kind of weird. So he was flirting with his cousin-in-law? I don't even know what the relationship is there, but yeah, that's gonna be awkward. So here's a little bit more of the backstory behind Nick. He finished his master's and is now back in Hong Kong. He actually got his job as a junior, I guess, IT guy at the company. And when I say the company, I mean he interviewed for a job at Masi Zatun, and he actually got it after applying online. So yeah, definitely, again, did not see that coming, and yep, his job is going to be interesting. Oh my goodness, look at him. First day at work, orientation. This is too funny. He meets both of the Ma Tais, both Sammy and Chloe, as they come into work, and yep, this is going to be funny. Alright, CEO Sammy is serious business. She has a meeting with Marco and finds out a bunch of stuff about a certain construction company, and they are doing a bunch of kind of skimping out on materials. So in Chinese, or in Cantonese, it's called 偷工減料, and it is an illegal offense. The construction company that is in question right now is Brother One, so Dai Go's, his wife's family's company. They run a construction company, and they are the ones that have been doing this 偷工減料. So all of these accusations points the finger right at Dai Go and his family. So this next scene, we can just see that Sammy is confronting Dai Go about this whole situation, and is just telling him that he should probably let his father-in-law know what is coming up, because they are probably going to raise a notice, or they might sue. There's just a bunch of things that might be going on. Alright, so this is Dai Siulai's dad, and he again is the head of the construction company that works with Maka. And check this next piece out. He is pissed at Maka and at his son-in-law. You guys just gotta watch this.
咁樣做啊，對我哋業事影響好大㗎。
Holy. Dai Lai thinks that Sammy is doing all of this because ever since Sammy had joined the family, she has been a thorn in her side, and this has been her payback because she has not given any respect to Sammy at all and has tried to make her life a living hell. This is going to be, again, a fiery situation, and guess what? Dai Lo is the one that is stuck right in the middle of all of this stuff. Sad times, man. Sad times. Alright, so at this point we're about to go into a flashback, but just before the flashback, this scene is when Sammy and Marco are in their office and they're doing a bunch of research on the Taokong Gamliu situation that is happening with the company. Marco goes and buys Sammy some dinner, so just a sandwich, and as he gets back he sees that Sammy has already passed out, and this is where the flashback happens. So this was over half a year ago. Joe and Marco have a Kendo match while Sammy was watching them. Throughout this whole fight, this sparring match I'm presuming, actually Marco seems like he's having the upper hand. All of a sudden, as Marco is about to take the point or take the victory, of course, Sammy yells out and says, "Joe, 加油啊!" She's just cheering for Joe. Marco instantly gets knocked back. This whole fight starts to turn towards the favor of Joe now because he's got the power and the energy of Sammy, and of course, Marco is super flustered. And this battle concludes with Marco getting his stick knocked out of his hands and getting smacked on the head. And of course, Sammy just cheering for Joe. And look at how dejected and sad Marco is. Oh my goodness. Just look at this guy. Look at this man. This is a bad feeling. And for any of you guys who have gone through this type of heartbreak, you know exactly the dejection and the pain that comes with a moment like this. In this next little segment, after they finish the practice or their sparring, Marco has a few select comments with some serious undertones here, and the main one that I caught out was that he said, "You even brought your girlfriend here. I'll lose to you the rest of my life." Joe, not knowing how Marco actually feels about Sammy, even adds in and says, "See, that's why I always have to bring my girlfriend and keep her by my side." So at the end of this scene, Joe gets a call from a sobbing Mandy, asking him to go see her. He does and tells Marco to have dinner with Sammy, who Joe was initially supposed to eat with that night. He even tells Marco to just make up some sort of a reason to bail him out. Joe just doing some slimy things, and of course, Marco being the good guy at the time, like I see nothing wrong with what he's been doing so far. He is just that friend who is trying to bail out his best friend and the love of his life, his crush, and just trying to make it work for them. That is an unfortunate situation to be in. Alright, so skipping ahead to their dinner, Sammy asks Marco if he has a girlfriend, and he says, "How can I when I have a prince as a best friend?" Every girl, pointing now directly at Sammy, will gravitate towards him instead. At this dinner, he has another chance to tell her about Joe, but hesitates. Flashing back to the present, and he really regrets his decision not telling Sammy about Joe back in the day. Going ahead in the episode, Chloe then goes to Dai Lai and scares her with a couple of messages. She tells her that Sammy shows no mercy when it comes to revenge. Of course, Dai Lai gets spooked. I mean, look at his face. Look at those eyes. She's spooked. So she runs to Maka Loye and Lai Lai to ask for their help. She even puts on this sob story saying that Sammy, ever since the night of their wedding, has been bitter about her. So Dai Lai mistakenly accusing Sammy's mom for stealing her bracelet. Look at her beg, look at her grovel. What a bad look by her. Wow, okay, so actually Maka Loye knew all along about the construction company skimping out, so Taokong, and he agrees with Sammy that something had to be done about this situation eventually. I'm thinking he might actually be taking this opportunity to let Sammy take all the heat and get this thing done. Because it's not really one of his sons that's doing this, Sammy can kind of be like a safeguard and an extra layer of protection for if Can Galoye had anything to say to him, he can just say, well, Sammy is the new CEO, she made up this decision all by herself, and this gets him out of trouble and kind of in the good books, getting away with both what he wants and without really ruining his relationships or his name. This is what we call go sao, and that's why he's probably sitting in the situation and the chair that he's sitting in right now. Alright, so Joe and Sammy's relationship right now is super tense. Joe doesn't agree with what Sammy is trying to do, but Sammy is telling him that these things need to be done in order to right the wrongs that the company has had. She pretty much says that all these little cancerous seeds in the company that they've been trying to hide throughout the years, they're eventually going to come up, and especially now that they are a stock market listed company, all these things need to be cleared up. Otherwise, if any of these little things pop up in the news, their stock will take a significant hit on the markets. Alright, just look at the way his face is as the guard says, Joe, your time is up, and all he does is just puts up this really forced smile and says, bye-bye. This is rough. I mean, look at him. Even walking back towards his cell, he's just like, what the heck is happening? Oh man, I'm really interested to see what's going to happen with their relationship and what's going to happen when he does eventually get out of jail, because he can only be in here for so long. So with Sammy getting back home, Dai Siu-lai calls in Chelsea as a witness for what she's about to say. Dai Siu-lai, in front of all of these witnesses, apologizes to Sammy. She says that hopefully with this apology, Sammy, please do not hold anything else against her or her family, and let's just all be a happy family together. What a load of Sammy doesn't budge at all with all this pleading that Dai Siu-lai is giving her. So Chloe, being the shit disturber that she is, she comes in and even says, what do you need for her to do? Do you need her to actually get down on her knees and beg for you to consider? Sammy's like, oh my goodness, why are you even saying this type of stuff? Because she actually gets down on her knees and starts to beg for Sammy's forgiveness and for her mercy. Holy. Well, this episode pretty much ends off with Chloe talking to Thomas and saying that Sammy will eventually get what she deserves. She is definitely becoming one of the most hated characters on the show. All of you guys who have been responding in the comment section have said it as well. So let's see how far she will actually go. Alright gang, if you enjoyed that breakdown, smash that like button and make sure you subscribe to catch my next video. Alright, peace.